everyone. Today I don't know how to explain this, but essentially, right here, we have Kai's SW20 MR2 from Initial D. And originally, the plan was to record this after we finished all of the modern Initial D cars, but due to popular demand, I've kind of like pushed it forward, I guess. Now we're like in the middle. I think we just finished recording episode 10 of the modern Initial D cars, and I think there's about 7 or 8 left. So like 8 videos, it's about a month? Yeah, that's like a month. And then new cars and stuff, so essentially this video is like 2 months out, maybe more. And here we are, in 2 months ahead of schedule due to popular demand. So when I originally recorded... What the heck? Okay, sorry about that. Midway through... I forget what I was even talking about. My internet kind of spazzed out and went out on me. I think, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 2 years ago, when I was recording the Initial D, like the actual cars from the show, the SW20 MR2 was not in the game yet, so I think it came into the game around January of 2023. In which case, yeah, I should have done it back then, but I got lazy. I kind of forgot about it. Then, when I started like the modern Initial D series, I built this car as well at the time of building those. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this modern thing, and then after I'm gonna do the MR2, and then we're gonna move on to other stuff. And somehow, due to popular demand, I kept getting people saying like, oh yeah, you need to do the MR2, you need to do the MR2. And I was like, okay, if I get one more... Wait, I can take off the T-tops? No way. What? That's freaking sick. I didn't know I could do that. Alright, so anyway, so I was like, okay, all of these, like, if I get one more comment telling me to do it, if I get like one more comment, like one more person, whatever, telling me that I need to do this car, I'll do it. Sure enough, I get up this morning, and there's a notification, and I look at it, and it's another comment that I need to do the MR2. So here we are. Well, the way I said that was a little weird. Not that, like, if I get one more comment, yeah, I can't talk right now. So essentially, what I meant was one more comment, and I'll just move it forward in the schedule. So, here we are now. I think when we did the Initial D series, we did roughly 21 cars, and these included like cars of side characters and everything. And like one of the most important like cars that wasn't in the main lineup is this one, and I never did it. And I think we're about, if I remember right, at the day of recording this at least, we might be 2 years to the day when I started the Initial D series. I gotta look. So after I look at this, we'll get straight on into it. Yeah, we are 2 years to the day right now. Anyway, let's let's get straight on into it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember my my white MR2 that I don't think I ever did a video on it specifically, but it might have been in a couple of them. This is that car. I couldn't get my hands on a second SW20 MR2, so I just repainted the white one, made a few adjustments to the tune, switched out the wheels, and here we are now. So, stock engine swap, stock drivetrain. All the aero pieces are stock. Then we have the slick race tire compound. So when I made this car initially, damn it, no pun intended, I did not do that on purpose. When I first made this car, which is the MR2, especially the SW20, is a car known for understeer. When I built and tuned it, it had a pretty big oversteer problem. So I went with the slick race tires to kind of combat that. So slick race tire compound, stock track width, stock tire width in the front, stock in the rear as well. Moving on to wheels, these aren't oh man, I feel like I need to yawn. Okay, these aren't spot on the same exact wheels, but they're the closest I could find. In the multi-piece rim style, right? Yeah, multi-piece. You want the ADV1, ADV5 track function wheels. But it's like the closest I could really find to the ones in the show. Then you have upgraded front track width. You want the second one right here. And for the rear, you want the maxed out one. Race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, race differential, race brakes, race suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars, no roll cage, race weight reduction, then race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race valves, race cam, race exhaust, race block, race pistons, race turbo, race flywheel, race oil and cooling, finally race intercooler. So, oh yeah, before I forget, because I always forget to, I even forgot to do this all the time when I was recording the original videos. So, I know that the exact specs aren't accurate, because I know 100% that in the show, this MR2 did not have 656 horsepower. Like 100% it did not. And that's because the goal of these videos is I want the cars to drive the way they did in the show, not really be 100% completely accurate to every last spec, otherwise it'd just be a stock MR2. But anyway, moving forward to the tune. For tire pressure, you want 24 in the front, 27 in the rear. Gearing, 2.25 final drive, and the rest remains stock. Alignment, for camber, negative 0.8 in the front, negative 0.4 in the rear. Toe, positive 1.8 out in the front. For the rear, negative 0.8 in, with a front caster angle of 4. Anti-roll bars, 25.6 in the front, and 21.1 in the rear. For springs, 533.3 in the front, 458.8 in the rear. Ride height, 4.0 in the front, 3.5 in the rear. Damping for rebound stiffness, 6.9 in the front, 6.3 in the rear. For bump, 4.5 in the front, 1.5 in the rear. Aero, you should not have that. I did not tell you to put that on. But if you, for some reason, did, just leave it stock. Braking for the balance, 55% towards the front, and pressure 70%. Differential 70% acceleration, 28% deceleration. Then for the car, to kind of make it look how it does, just get the stock manufacturer color, come on down to that blue. Then the wheels, leave them stock. And optional, tint the windows black. Does this tint the T-tops? Okay, no it doesn't. I had to know, I was curious. But yeah, that's about it for this part. Now heading on over to the mountain pass, we're gonna drive this thing. Okay, my internet went out again. I guess I got a call to figure that out, but I'm gonna finish recording this first. I was about right here when it went out, so I'm just gonna get rid of that footage. We're gonna start anew from the top. I would say guess what I didn't do, and that would be a practice run. Yeah. But I mean, like, I guess I kind of got, not really half. I got just below half of a practice run, which isn't what, it's like a straight, a hairpin, another straight, a couple more turns, and like that's it. So I guess I really didn't get a practice run. And for context on that, because I'm probably gonna put this in the playlist with the other initial D cars, and I'm just gonna plop it in the middle of the modern ones. I got a bit of a habit of when I make these cars, I don't do practice runs with them. Like, I make them 2, 3, sometimes 4 months in advance, and then I go into this video, haven't even touched the car in 4 months, and then just absolutely botch the driving part. But yeah. So my driving's probably not going to be that great, because I haven't touched this car in forever. But on the other hand, there's one more thing I want to address, and that is the drift zone. Before I get a comment, why is your drift score so low in the drift zone? Because it's not a drift car, it's a mountain pass or like a toge race car, and it possesses the capability to drift, but it is not a drift car, if that makes sense, and hopefully it does. So yeah, here we go. Let's get straight on into it. So what's gonna suck is when I believe it's 21 cars. We made 21 with the original series, and I overshot that corner last time too. I always brake late or early on that corner with this car. But anyway, yeah, when we made the original 21 cars, at the end we did time trials with all of them, going down the mountain to see which was the quickest. And unfortunately this isn't going to be part of that, because that was 2 years ago. I know I'm in the dirt, didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to slide around that corner either, but the slip angle got the better of me. So essentially the purpose of this segment in the video is to kind of show you guys how the car handles and how it drives and everything to the greatest of my ability without hardly any practice. So kind of give you an idea before you just build it and jump in. My internet went out again, so I just kind of stopped the car right here, and we're just gonna pick back up right here. I don't feel like restarting the whole mountain pass thing again, considering this is the third run on it. After I finish this, which we're almost done, I am going to give a call to somebody and try to get this figured out. Hey, I didn't screw up that hairpin. I screw up that hairpin a lot. And I guess there you have it, everybody. Kogashiwa's Toyota SW20 MR2 in Forza Horizon 5, 2 months ahead of schedule, but also 2 years late. So we're gonna end off this video with donuts, as we always do. The headlights popped up. Pop up and down headlights. Okay, and with all that being said and done, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, and that is all from me today.